Part 5, The Final Days of King David, the end of a great king after many wars, victories, and personal tragedies. The great King David had grown old. His strength was fading, but his wisdom remained strong as he ruled the kingdom of Israel from the city of Jerusalem. The time had come for the legendary king's story to reach its final chapter. Scene 1, The Aging King. David now spent most of his days resting inside the royal palace. His once powerful body was weak, and he needed attendants to care for him. The servants and advisors of the kingdom began to wonder, who will rule Israel after King David? Because David had many sons, the question of the next king became dangerous. Scene 2, A New Plot for the Throne. One of David's sons, Adonijah, decided to take power. He began gathering supporters. Chariots, horses, and soldiers followed him through the streets. Adonijah proudly declared, "I will be king." Some powerful leaders joined him, including the commander Joab. Soon it seemed another rebellion might begin. Scene 3, The Prophets. Warning, the prophet Nathan heard about Adonijah's plan. Nathan knew David had already promised the throne to another son, Solomon. Nathan quickly went to the palace with Bathsheba. They spoke urgently to the aging king. Nathan said, "My lord, Adonijah has declared himself king, and you do not know about it." David slowly sat up. Even in his weakness, his voice carried royal authority. Scene 4, Solomon crowned King David gave a powerful order. Place Solomon on my royal mule and take him to the spring of Gihon. There the priest anointed Solomon with sacred oil. Trumpets sounded across Jerusalem. The people shouted loudly, "Long live King Solomon!" The celebration shook the city when Adonijah heard the noise. Fear filled his heart. His supporters quickly abandoned him. The rebellion ended before it truly began. Scene 5, A father's final advice. Soon David knew his life was coming to an end. He called Solomon to his bedside. The old king spoke carefully. David said, "Be strong and act like a man. Follow the commands of the Lord and walk in his ways." David reminded Solomon that a king must rule with wisdom, justice, and faith. These were the final lessons of a father to his son. Final scene, the death of a legend. Not long afterward, David passed away peacefully. He had ruled Israel for 40 years. The people of Israel mourned deeply for their greatest king. They buried David in the city of David in Jerusalem. His son Solomon now ruled the kingdom. But the legend of David would live forever. The shepherd boy who defeated a giant and became the greatest king in Israel as history. Lesson of the story: a true legacy is not wealth or power, but the wisdom and faith passed to the next generation.